Hello, my lovely viewers. Today we're going to be doing a reaction video on Vita Carnis, New Beginnings. Yes, I will probably do the ones before this. We're going to watch this one. It's 12 minutes. I need to get my camera thing up and running. Hold on. Oh, we're off to see the river, we're off to see the snow, we're off to see the man who offers the souls, we're off to see the river, we're off to see the man, we're off to see the man who wants to take our souls. Alright. Here we go, and just so I don't miss anything, you will be right there, and so you don't miss anything, I'll be right here. Here we go.
Today, something has happened within the restricted zone, where a large group of cultists have been apprehended. Several teams of military personnel have arrested some high-ranking cultists and have unmasked their identities.
Okay, cult leader. Okay, military veteran Sam Vita, found to be head of a secret organization. Samson was found leading, was arrested probably during the raid of Mall, where he was found leading high-ranked cult members in a religious sacrifice of salmon. Was hunched over to police by Carnis, where he will face trials for his crimes.
Identities to the public. Shockingly, several of these members are well-renowned politicians and high-ranking members of multiple governments across the globe.
Many documents have been released providing sufficient proof of the atrocities that were being committed. Some of these crimes include murder, kidnapping, torture, ritual sacrifice, and the list goes on.
The members are found guilty of deliberately providing false information to the public in an attempt to cause harm.
The new Trier company has been found to have very significant ties with cultist activities and has been shut down. All new Trier products have been deemed hazardous for consumption.
Cultivation farms are facing pressure to shut down.
Public unrest grows as the new Trier cult
Mimics left unchecked. How about you start sending armies to there? Send armies to those places, and if any sightings of young mimics are shown, shoot the young mimics now. I can't really see myself because of the little thing right here. If you record things on your phone, you would know.
brings more crimes that were hidden away to light.
The people are outraged by how little was actually being done.
They demand that something be done to handle the Carnis people.
Riots here in the streets.
Fires out of control as riots continue. Secret World Order, of course it's a triangle. Ah. There's one of the prince's balls. This video is sponsored now. Go check out Student Deal. Guess this video is sponsored, alright. Go check out.
Did you know that almost half of black-led brands are discovered by word of mouth?
Go check out Walmart.
That means the easiest thing to do
Guess
is
this
the
video is
biggest
sponsored.
difference.
I get this thing on my face.
That's why every...
Welcome to Magister's Wonder Show. I am the Magister, and get ready to explore all of the world's wonders. Today, we are learning about the circle of life.
Oh, come on. I wanted to learn about the circle of life. Okay. Dr. Mersha Buskato. Maybe there's something in the subtitles. Head director and doctor of Carnis Project Report Vitamin Victim Carnis. Date 1991-06-30. So this is taking place in the summer.
Test report number 4. We still know very little about the nature of the entities. There are 7 singularities in total. Each singularity is roughly 1 meter in diameter. They are made of an unknown material, although it looks and feels very similar to glass. We are unable to sample it in fear of causing potential damage. The material is very dark in color, but has red shimmers of light swirling inside. There are some hints of other colors present, but is mostly dominated by the red. Each entity hovers above the ground in a stationary position, although they can be moved with relative ease. Our equipment can detect some subtle pulses of energy in rhythmic but random patterns.
Okay. Oh, you're laughing at me now. This thing is laughing at us.
We don't know what they are. We don't know if it is breathing or communicating. We don't even truly know if they are even organic. This is nothing new, just confirming what we already know. Our first experiments didn't give any interesting leads. The most we got was some interference with electronics, especially when there is more than one kept close together. But the experiment we conducted showed extremely significant results.
What is it?
The experiment played out like this.
Okay.
In test chamber 1, a live cow was released into the chamber with V1 for an extended period. They were left together for 24 hours. The test showed minimal results from the entity and an increase in stress from the cow. Next, the body of a cow was put into the chamber with V1 for 24 hours. The results were extraordinary. Hours after the whole body had been ingested, concentrations of Kroll rapidly grew from several points from within the chamber. What this could mean, it rewrites everything we knew about the Vita Carnis species.
Yeah, put that thing on the top.
First, a young larva hatches from within its egg. It will roam around and find food to help it grow and grow.
Okay.
Once they are big enough, they transform
Like
into a
this guy.
pupa. And after some more time, they transform into an adult beetle.
Oh, nice.
The adult beetle will go out into the world in search of food.
Oh, come on. Let me see this beautiful man.
Audio log. Progress report for crawl samples. Cultivation has been successful. So far, we grew them with 3 specific environmental factors. 1 is our control group, 2 with access to additional nutrition sources, and 3 with exposure to radio signals. Group 1 grew on par with standard crawl samples, no distinct abnormalities. Group 2 grew at a faster pace than the control group, as expected,
Makes sense.
no distinct abnormalities.
They look
Group
great.
3
I
grew
like
against
this
its
art
normal
style.
pattern, weaving its way toward the radio. Once the device was claimed, it switched to usual growth patterns. Again, no distinct abnormalities. In conclusion, the samples that were grown in V1's test chamber don't seem to differ from others grown from other sources. Still, we will continue with more
Can
factors
you
and
eat them?
further
And
groups,
what will
just in
happen with the
case.
long-term effects of eating
There
them?
have been some developments in the propagation group. V1 samples have seemingly been able to produce nodules at a slightly quicker rate than wild samples. Control groups show that V1 samples begin node development a few days faster. More time will be needed to say for sure. As for the nodes themselves, there aren't any distinct abnormalities.
So the reason why they are terrestrial as in earthbound, like the creatures, is because Vita Carnis is made by us. Vita Carnis is made by living creatures that died. So is this thing extraterrestrial? The Prince. I've watched these videos. I've seen the whole book thing. The Prince did a burst of light. Colorful light. People have said, oh, the Prince is this magical ball. No, he's not. Well, it's obvious that he's not. He's the one who created the magical balls. These balls, you know, these things show the thing. I'm going to hope that...
We've successfully hatched a dozen Carnish juveniles, several trimmings, 2 meat snakes, and even 1 mimic. We will be sending them to the enclosures after everyone's reports get sent out. End log.
Never mind.
And then is ground into a fine mince and is now ready for the garden.
I like these commercials.
Audio log. Progress report for trimming colony. Significant progress in learning the social patterns of a group of trimmings we have been keeping together. A new batch of juveniles were added to the main colony at the beginning of the new progress report.
Adorable.
They were accepted into the community immediately.
Upgrading
No conflict or rejection observed.
At least with the
It did provide the circumstances to document more of their interactions.
Definitely looks like he has more money.
Trimmings communicate through a series of vocal cues. Colony members meeting the new batch with squeaks and squeals. They also are not afraid to show us when they are upset. Trimmings also use some physical displays as well. For example, trimmings do a chewing or chatter motion with their mouths when they are happy or interested in something.
Okay.
The experiment that we performed was to explore the extent of their communication skills. The test went like this.
Help save lives. Donate plasma today. CSL Plasma. Do the amazing.
Old El Paso, where there ain't nothing weak about weeknights. Go on, get yourself some in Old El Paso.
We took one of the trimmings and had them in place in a modified enclosure. A speaker would play 2 separate audio cues. A positive cue would play, followed by a treat. And a negative cue, followed by a small spray of cold water. We did several rounds of both audio cues to condition the trimming's response.
Okay, everything's going normal. Is this all of them or just
After
one?
the test, the trimming was released back to its colony. And after a few hours, we tested how much the trimmings communicated. Another speaker was placed near the colony's enclosure, where we played the same audio cues.
Okay, so they duck their heads.
It is incredible to see how layered their social interactions can be.
Yeah.
Although, we tried something a bit bizarre.
Okay, what did you do?
We found out that a wild colony had settled around the facility recently. It was strange what we did.
What do you do?
It was a long shot. We set up a radio device near the wild colony and near ours. We linked both devices up and played the cues.
There's many dangers out there.
Back to this
There are
young,
many predators who would
wonderful
love
guy.
to have beetles for a snack. And unfortunately, not all beetles make it. Yes, it is sad, but that's how the circle of life works. But look, one of the beetles has laid eggs. And once the beetle's eggs hatch, the beautiful cycle starts again. And life
Is it trimming about to lay
continues
eggs? What? Wait, is the video ending? Hold on, you're gonna watch the credits just in case. Okay, so I'm guessing that there's going to be no more story thing in here. Because, well, they already finished the story. But man, this changes some of my ideas. Not really that much. I honestly thought that the prince created the singularity. And I did not think anything past that. So yeah, it didn't really change too much. At least for me. Yeah. Like and subscribe. Go watch this guy's channel. Please don't copyright me. And, yeah.